Today, I'm bringing you a story from a patient that I had several years ago. This case became one of the most memorable cases that I've ever worked on. You don't want to miss this. Here we go. A patient and his mother set up an appointment to come see me for an evaluation. About a month later, they came to my office and we met for the first time. He was a 17-year-old football player and he was a big guy. He had a hat that was covering his eyes, and the whole time he looked down at the floor and would not make eye contact with me or any of my staff. As we started talking, he told me his story. For years, he was getting bullied at school by his classmates and his teammates on the football team. They were teasing him because he has a condition called gynecomastia, or male enlargement of the breasts. Gynecomastia is a condition in which there's an imbalance in hormones in the body, specifically testosterone and estrogen. This can lead to increase in the size of the glandular tissue of the normal male breast. Now, there are many causes for gynecomastia. Some can be due to medications. Heavy marijuana use can cause an imbalance in hormones, or you could have a medical condition such as a testicular tumor or something else which causes hormone imbalance. We also see gynecomastia at the extremes of age. First, when you're a baby and you're a newborn, the mother's estrogen can cross the placenta and cause a little baby's breasts to grow and give them gynecomastia. Likewise, as men get older, their testosterone imbalance is so great because they don't have enough testosterone that they can develop gynecomastia as well. In most men, it's hormonal, and we see it as a child that they have the tissue, but then at puberty, as their testosterone increases, they begin to get larger and larger in the chest area. In his case, after taking a full history, I realized this was the hormonal type of gynecomastia in which he just had a simple imbalance between estrogen and testosterone, and then that led at puberty to increased enlargement of his chest. At the end of the evaluation, taking a full history and doing a physical exam, I offered him the traditional surgery, which is gynecomastia reduction. This procedure involves a combination of ultrasound-assisted liposuction to break up the gynecomastia, followed by traditional liposuction to remove some of the fatty tissue, and then finally, we make a small incision to remove the glandular tissue from behind the nipple areolar complex. It is very important to make a small incision around the areola, which is well hidden, to remove the glandular tissue, because if you don't, it will come back.
Let me in. Let me in.
One misconception of gynecomastia is that you can simply lose weight, and that is not true. Gynecomastia tissue is specifically glandular tissue, not fatty tissue, and is unaffected by weight loss. Now, if someone's chest improves with weight loss, most likely they've lost the fatty tissue in the chest, not the gynecomastia tissue. So the myth is that you can work out and get rid of gynecomastia tissue. And I know firsthand this couldn't be further from the truth, because I have removed gynecomastia tissue in very lean, very fit men. Unfortunately, insurance usually does not cover this procedure.
No, I don't think I will.
For whatever reason, they do not deem it, quote, medically necessary, and so they do not feel that they should have to pay for what they consider to be a cosmetic procedure. In this case, insurance was not going to cover the procedure, so I provided the family with a quote for gynecomastia reduction surgery. This is where the story gets interesting. So months go by, and I just realized one day in clinic, whatever happened to that kid who had gynecomastia? So I asked my medical assistant at the time to please reach out to the family and find out why they weren't going to have surgery, and it turns out the mom said, "We would love to do it, but we just can't afford it." Needless to say, I felt so bad for him. So I was like, man, this sucks. The reason I felt bad is because the personal experience that I had in the office with him, I could tell that this was really riding on him. So I'm laying in bed later that night thinking about this case because it was really bothering me. So it was at that moment, laying in bed, I was like, F it. I'm doing this case and I'm not going to charge him. It bothered me that the patient's quality of life was so affected by this condition. The catch here is I knew that he was going to be graduating from high school in a year, and I wanted him to go off to college with all of the confidence that he could possibly have. I wanted this kid to have a fresh, clean start. He was being bullied so much that he wasn't even being himself. So I decided to go ahead and help this kid and his family out. The next day I was in clinic, I immediately called the mother and I told her we were going to do the surgery for free, and she was freaking out. The mom started bawling on the phone. She was so grateful. and the plot thickens. I use my buddy's surgery center, and his wife is the anesthesiologist. And when I told her the story, she immediately said to me without hesitation, well, I'm going to donate my anesthesia costs for free as well. She also said, because we own the surgery center, we're going to comp the surgery center fee as well. This just goes to show you that when you bring good to the table, a lot of other people rally around you to help you do and accomplish the mission at hand. A couple of months later, we performed the surgery and everything went great. It was flawless. 1 week out, he comes back for his post-op visit, beaming from inside. His hat is up and he's looking me in the eye. I mean, this kid was literally grinning from ear to ear. Moments like this in my profession mean everything. We were able to help this young man regain his confidence for the rest of his life. And that, to me, is priceless. For now, Dr. Ricky, out.